Welcome to Thursday Night Football with Calvin Dean, sponsored by the NFL Network. Welcome people. Welcome to Thursday Night Football. Wow. And this is Calvin Dean, by the way. And I just wanted to wish everyone a happy Veterans Day. It's an important day. Our vets, they went out and they fought for us, and you have to be very appreciative to them. I actually went to the NFL shop, and I shopped a little for some, camouflage stuff. So if you want anything like that, go to NFL shop, SHOP.com, and you can type in NFL75. That's the code to give you a special discount on that if you want to go to the NFL shop.com. And they got some great stuff. And I bought some stuff. I bought it yesterday, and I'm going to get it tomorrow. Literally, it's some. I got some Charger stuff. I'm going to get a slew of all different types of teams, for my collection. That's for sure. And man, what a week, huh, guys? Oh, by the way, week 9 lock. Hello, I'm 9-4-9 in my lock of the week. Yeah. I mean, thank you. And, it's just, I'm just not picking like games that are just ho-hum or anything like that. I'm picking some games that are close, but I picked the team that's going to win. It's been 9-for-9, 9 weeks in a row. And, I'm just going to plug along and just give you guys my lock of the week and all the other games as well. And, we'll see what we can accomplish after a whole season of football, right, guys? Well, today's news, let's look at it. Breaking news 2 hours ago. OBJ. Yes, OBJ. OBJ agrees to join Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. Oh my God, they just got Von Miller, and now they got OBJ because they just lost Mr. Jackson. Mind you, I mean, Mr. Jackson, didn't really show much, but this is huge news. This is really big news. I just distinguished OBJ. I'll call him distinguished. I guess he is disgruntled. Let's just be honest. He's forced his way out of Cleveland. And the thing is that, it wasn't, just OBJ. I mean, it was his dad on Twitter. His dad had comprised a bunch of films of, of OBJ going out, and he was out open, and the Cleveland Browns weren't throwing it to him. Now, I don't know what's up with that. There's always, a call where the ball's where it's going to, and it's all on the offensive coordinator and of course the quarterback as well. If you see a guy open, why wouldn't you be throwing it to him? That's the whole thing. That's beside the point, right? So now OBJ is now a Los Angeles Ram, and he's with Matthew Stafford. Wow, do they need that? They have so many weapons now. Think about it. Cooper Kupp. That guy's just... Well, they took him out of the game last week, and the Rams lost. They did take Cooper Kupp out of the game. They just couldn't stop the defense of the Titans. The defense, Simmons. Oh, my God. The guy's an animal. And I'm telling you, the Titans looked really good without Derrick Henry too, guys. Without Derrick Henry, think about that, man. I just can't believe that. That's just amazing, So, the thing is about all this is that now the Rams are just going to, I think they're going to thrive with this guy. Believe it or not, I think this is the right team for him. It really is, because they are a winning team for number one. And for number two, that they're going to the playoffs. That's number two. Now, Cleveland, on the other hand, that's a question mark going into the playoffs. They might squeak in, but who knows? You don't know. You just don't know, And so I just don't understand what's really happening with this trade, all this stuff that's going on in football land. Well, what about Cam Newton today? 2 hours ago was OBJ signing with the Rams, right? And, it's a 1-year deal with the Los Angeles Rams. That's for sure. So, it's all or not, right? Really, if he does well, would you bring him back the next year for, an X amount of dollars? What I would do, if he had a great year, let's say if he came in, did an amazing job, the Rams won the Super Bowl and everything, right? And then would you bring him back next year? And yes, I would bring him back on one condition. It would be a conditional, his salary would be on all conditions of how many games he's played and how many games he's not playing. You know what I mean? Because OBJ is always hurt. And lately that's all he's been, is hurt. So you have to, if you're a team like Los Angeles, you're going to have to really, look into this even further after the season goes and see if it was worth it. Oh, that was 2 hours ago. 9. Okay. And then Cam Newton gets reunited with Carolina. Sam Darnold, all you fantasy football players out there, he's down for the next 6 weeks. And he's on IR. And now Cam Newton signs a $10 million deal, a 1-year deal. 1 year for $10 million. Think about that. He was making $3 million in New England. And that's wow, good for him. Good for him. Makes like $7 million more. Wow, that's great. I'm happy for Cam. Very happy for Cam. I don't know, how he's going to, how everything's going to perceive and how he's, goes from point A to point B, and even if he will be on the team after the year's end. But, hats off to him. He's trying. He's trying, and, this is his old team. Some of the old faces are still on the team, like McCaffrey. And, so, wow, Cam Newton. What a busy, news day, other than my locks 9 for 9. This definition of a lock of mine. Okay. My lock is a lock. The team will win, not by specific points, but the team will win. I'm 9 for 9, guys. 9 weeks in a row. I have one game out of all the games I put a lock on. And I try not to put on like the Jags against whatever, I try to really have a true, hard, thoughtful, knowledgeable, all that good stuff lock of the week. And you'll have another lock of the week in week 10 upon us, people. So let's just get to it. Let's go. Okay, this is Thursday Night Football with Calvin Dean, sponsored by the NFL Network and NFLShop.com. If you are interested in getting any type of paraphernalia, hats, jerseys, and the official NFL jerseys, you go to NFLShop.com. And if you want a discount, You can type in my discount is NFL75. Type that in and you'll get a discount on my behalf of the Calvin Dean Show. Okay, let's get to it. Thursday Night Football starts tonight, and what a game we have. I mean, think about this one, guys. We have Lamar Jackson, right, going into Miami. Now, Tua is not starting. I believe Brissett is going to be starting, and Tua is going to be the backup. Now, wow. I mean, if Tua is somewhat, if he is, let's just say, off of his injury and he's doing well off his injury and he's at 100%, all right, then why is Brissett starting? That's something you need to think about, because I really think that they're questioning the quarterback. I think they really are questioning him, and it's sad. It's sad, but he hasn't really played up to his potential. I think he's better. I think he needs a team around him. I mean, you're talking about Miami. They're 2-7 for a reason. They're 2-7 for a reason, guys. And that reason is, ready? We're going to look over the stats and where they're ranked, okay? This is the reason why they are 2-7. It's not from Tua. It's from this. Ready? Defense. There's 32 teams in the NFL. 32 teams in the NFL, okay? Well, the Miami Dolphins ranking in the NFL for defense, they're number 32. Number 32. Think about that now. The Miami Dolphins are ranked 32nd out of 32 teams. They are in last place, and their record is 2-7. I'm sorry, people, if you're going to try to blame everything on Tua, the quarterback. It's not his fault. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed with the Miami Dolphins. Like the offense, the offensive line. He's always running. And he's not that type of quarterback, really. He's always been that short-range quarterback, very accurate, and gets out of like a jam. He's a good scrambler, but he's not a runner, mind you. He's not a runner like Lamar Jackson, not even a runner like Mahomes. He's shifty. He's shifty. He'll get out of, a pass rush really well, But, I mean, the pass rush is so terrible, and they can't protect him. So the offense is 24th. Now, the passing offense is 12th. Is 20th, right? The rushing is 30th. So the rushing attack of the Miami Dolphins is just terrible. Terrible. And, they're not going to run against the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, the Baltimore Ravens defense is 15th. They're in the middle of the road, but, they've been playing tough as of late. And the passing attack for the Baltimore Ravens is 12th, and the passing is for the Miami Dolphins is 20th. But the running attack, this little tidbit is for Mr. Marlin. My buddy Marlin, like the fish. The rushing for Baltimore is ranked second in the NFL, second now, and the rushing for the Miami Dolphins is 30th, guys. I mean, their offense and their defense, but the defense is the worst, and their offense is almost right there. So, and the offense for the Baltimore Ravens is 5th. I mean, their defense is 15th. Their defense needs to get better if they really want to go further in the playoffs. They're going to make the playoffs, but they're going to need to go a little bit further. They're 6-2, and they're gonna they've been playing. They play a tough game. You know, it's really weird. Lamar usually the first half, that second half he always comes on. You ever notice that? I mean, it's you know, I'd like to see him a little bit more. Maybe a one or two touchdowns more in the first half. You know, so, but it's just this team they're battlers, man. They lost all three running backs. The first team running back, second team running back, and third team running back. They have a whole slew of running backs right now, but they were on the practice squad. And, Murray, Freeman, and Antonio, it's not Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is the wideout for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They both played for Pittsburgh, and then that would be Le'Veon Bell. So they have Le'Veon Bell, and those three, and they actually have another one as well. It's just, you wonder, they're just fighting. These guys are fighters, and they have Lamar Jackson. Lamar's been doing really well lately, very, very good. Passing a little bit better this year too. So this first game definitely, last week there was a bunch of upsets, and I was listening to NFL radio this morning, and they were talking about all the upsets less. And then one guy came on and said, yeah, that's why, the Miami Dolphins, I think they're going to win because of all the upsets last week. I could tell you this. The Ravens won last week, and that was my lock of the week. And they're going to play really well tonight, because I'll tell you something. Lamar Jackson, this is his hometown. He has friends, family, throughout that whole stadium, man. And the Ravens are definitely a better team, and you're going to see that tonight. You're not going to see an upset or anything like that. You will not see that tonight. Okay, people, put that out of your mind, because last week I know everyone said, oh, they had all these upsets and everything else like that. Yet, no, there's not tonight. Okay, so the first game of the 10th week of the NFL Network. We'll go to the Baltimore Ravens. Yeah. Baltimore Ravens will win tonight. The next game, we have the Cleveland Browns going into New England and playing the New England Patriots. Now, the Patriots, wow, man. Ooh, they're a half game out of first place, with the Bills. And they're getting better and better and better. You got to look at both teams. The Browns really came to life last week and beat the Cincinnati Bengals, which I predicted. And I think that, the Browns are a much better team now. Baker's playing hurt. Their whole team is just amazing. Their offense is 6th, and the Patriots' offense is 15th. That's pretty good for a rookie quarterback, having a 15th ranked offense. And then you had defense-wise, definitely the Browns' defense is 7th. The Browns' offense is 6th. The Patriots' offense is 15th. Defense is 18th. We have the passing attack on the New England Patriots and is 11th. Wow, 11th. Think about that, guys. Huh. Mac Jones, he is definitely all that. He is all that. He's going to be on the Calvin Dean All-World team this year. If he makes it to the playoffs, Mac, you will be on my All-American, All-World team. That's for sure. And there's not many people are on that team, mind you. Not many. But you, my friend, I see a future in you as a quarterback for the New England Patriots. The passing attack for the Browns is 21st. I mean, think about that. Baker Mayfield, and then you have a rookie going in there, and he's taking his team and making it 11th. But the number one rushing attack for the NFL is the Cleveland Browns. Yeah. Come on now. And the rushing for the New England Patriots is 15th. Now, this team is this is going to be an interesting game. Because Belichick is he's on edge. He's got the edge. He just got the edge, And they're going to be playing in New England. And the Cleveland Browns and the New England Patriots. The way the Patriots have been playing and the Browns have been playing. Now, the Browns, they have that great rushing attack, and their running attack. And I know that Bill Belichick, he's a guru. The guy is just amazing. I mean, come on. He is amazing. I think he's the best coach ever. That's just my opinion. And I knew what he was going to do last week. I called it, and this week, the thing of it is with the Browns, it's a different team. You have Baker Mayfield, who's, in his third year, and you have Nick Chubb, and that offensive line of the Browns, they can pass. They know how to run block. They have the zone run blocks, but they can change it up. At a dime, and the Patriots have to watch that. But I think Bill will have a great defensive game plan for the Browns. But then you have to, will Mac Jones handle the rush for the Cleveland Browns? Think about that. A rookie quarterback, New England's allowed 18.9 games per game this season, the fourth fewest in the NFL. So, I mean, they've only allowed 18.9 per game, points per game. Think about that, guys. Wow. I mean, that's just, that's something right there. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it'll be a very, very low-scoring game. I'm going to give this to the Browns. I think they're going to beat New England in New England, and I think the Cleveland Browns will beat the New England Patriots. And we'll just go on to the next game. We have the Bills going down to the Jets Stadium. The New York Jets have allowed 31.4 points per game, 408 total yards per game this season, both the most in the NFL. That's not really good. That's terrible, actually. So, I mean, the New York Jets, this is horrendous. Their defense is 26th. The Bills' defense is number 1. The passing offense of the Bills is 12th. The offense, is 12th. And the offense for the Jets is 26th. The passing attack for the Bills is 9th, and the passing attack for the Jets are 19th. The rushing for the Jets, that's where inadequacy comes in, and they're ranked the last in rushing. And the Bills are 16th. So, the Bills got upset last week, but they're not going to get upset this week. I'm having the Bills over the Jets in this game, and we'll move on with it. We have the next game. We have the Tampa Bay Bucks coming off of a bye. So, if you have Tom Brady, everyone on your team, anyone like Evans, Godwin, Fournette, Gronk, maybe not so much Gronk, and Cameron Brate, O.J. Howard. I mean, it goes on and on. The list, guys, goes on and on and on and on. They have a team that's just full of all-stars. They have 3 amazing tight ends. Their wideouts are just, It's just they just blow your mind. And the Bucks are going into the Washington football team in Washington. The Bucks offense is seventh. The Washington football team is 22nd. The defense for the Bucks is third ranked defense in the NFL, guys. Tampa Bay is. That's dangerous. When you have an offense that's seventh, passing offense is second, and you have a number 3 defense in the NFL, their rushing attacks, that's the only bad thing. There's 25th. And rushing for the Washington football team 17th, passing for the Washington football team 26th, and defense is 20th. So they're all 20s, other than the rushing is 17th for the Washington football team. But you can't rush against Tampa Bay. Well, Tampa Bay's been burned this year from the air, but not rushing. So I just don't see the Washington football team winning this game. Tampa Bay is going to come out of a break, and they're going to have a great game against the Washington football team. This next game is an interesting game. The Atlanta Falcons, they went in to the New Orleans Saints and they won. And then the Cowboys go into, and they lose against Denver at home, mind you. The Dallas Cowboys at home lost to the Denver Broncos. And the Falcons, they can turn it on anytime they want to, same as the Cowboys, but if you look at this, everything on paper, the 23rd offense for the Atlanta Falcons, and you have the 4th ranked offense for the Dallas Cowboys. The defense, believe it or not, the Atlanta Falcons defense is 10th, and the boys is 14th. The boys, if you're going to make a run, if the Dallas Cowboys are going to make a run in the playoffs and think about going further than the first or second round, you better sure up the next stat. Now, mind you, the Tampa Bay Bucks were third in defense and second in passing. Okay, so you're thinking maybe the Cowboys, would be playing the Tampa Bay Bucks and, against them. But, their defense for the Cowboys is 14th. Yeah, 14th, guys. That's their Achilles heel still. It's getting better. Trust me, getting better. Diggs, great. Making Fitzpatrick phenomenal. Still they're giving up points. Now, the passing is 16th for the Atlanta Falcons and 7th for Mr. Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush. Why don't we just add him? How about Coop? Coop going all world before Dak, huh? And then the rushing attack. This is where it's terrible. Atlanta Falcons cannot run. They cannot rush. And the Dallas Cowboys, they're eighth. So, that's just amazing, So in this game, you want to look at one team and another team. This is going to be in Dallas. And I'm telling you right now, they lost last week. They're not going to lose this week. The Dallas Cowboys will beat the Atlanta Falcons in Dallas at the Star. And definitely you give this to the Dallas Cowboys. The next game, we have the New Orleans Saints going into the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee, how about them, man? They've won 5 straight games. The longest active winning streak in the NFL right now is the Tennessee Titans. They looked all world last week, didn't they? Wow. The Rams were on their heels. They couldn't stop the rush. They just couldn't stop the rush where were the Rams' offensive line? Where were they? Man, I know you just got OBJ, but maybe think about something about the offensive line, maybe shoring that up a little bit better, because no one could stop their pass rush. They came out the second half and they started rolling Stafford out, but you only can do so much of that, and then the other team gets that, and then they just switch the clocks, and look what happens. Look what happens. It's they lose, to Stafford, and man, the Titans just rolled all over them. It was embarrassing to watch. And the Titans, they're for real, guys. They're for real. Even though they don't, they ran how many yards? I think it was 39 yards last week, something like that. It was some low number. We'll look at the offense for the New Orleans Saints is ranked 31st, almost the worst. That's terrible. And then, it's the year after Drew Brees. Drew Brees was very special. That guy was very, very special quarterback. He was one of the best quarterbacks, and he was always consistent, always good, great sometimes. There was some games I've seen him pass for like a bunch of yards and a bunch of touchdowns and go consecutive. How many? One game it was 28 consecutive passes in a row. He threw. It was 28, something like that. It was almost perfect. It was like a Monday Night Football game. I remember that. Wow, the guy was amazing. And then you have the defense for the New Orleans Saints is 6th. They're good defense, and they're ranking the Tennessee Titans as 27th. Boy, they didn't look 27th last week, did they? Wow, were the Rams that just sleeping? What's up with that? Think about that one. And then you have the New Orleans Saints rushing attack is 14th, and the rushing attack for the Tennessee Titans is 3rd. Guaranteed within the next 4 or 5 games, the rushing attack will probably be in the 20s or even near last, near the end of the season, because that's all Mr. Derrick Henry, and they don't have him anymore. So after his injury. So this is an interesting game. This is a very interesting game. You have the New Orleans Saints and the Tennessee Titans. The way the Titans played, wow. How can you go against them? How could you do that? How can you go against the Tennessee Titans? I know they're playing the Saints, but they were playing the Rams. Come on. The Rams. Just got OBJ. It's got Von Miller. Think about it, guys. The Rams' offensive line just couldn't withstand the Titans' rush. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing for the Rams' sake. It was embarrassing. But on the other hand, the Titans, are they all that? You don't know. That's the whole thing. They're 7-2, won the last 5 games. The Saints are 5-3. They really need this game to stay, in the hunt for even a wild spot. If they lose this game, oof. And this is a tough game to call. You want to go Tennessee Titans, that's for sure. For what they played last week. But then you have the New Orleans Saints, how they scrapped back and they almost won. And, they did look, they had some signs of greatness. I think the Saints defense is much better. And I think it'll be a very rock'em sock'em game. And I'm going to give this as an upset. I'm going to give this to the New Orleans Saints over the Tennessee Titans. That will be my upset of the week. And, there you go. And you have the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts, who are 4-5, taking on the Jags, who just beat They just beat the Buffalo Bills. Many people, including myself, mind you, they predicted that the Buffalo Bills would be in the Super Bowl, and I did too. And wow, playing the Jags. Well, that's the whole thing with these young teams like the Jags. They have all this talent, and when that talent brews, oof, and if they start winning, but they're not going to win this one. It's going to be the Indianapolis Colts over the Jags. It's just on paper, and I don't see the Jags. They'll have one great game, they'll have one terrible game, and this is the terrible game they're going to have. In Indianapolis, 25 plus points in 6 straight games. They've scored over 25 points, the longest active streak of 25 and plus points they've scored in 6 games. So I don't think the Jags are going to hold them like they did the Bills. The next game is the Detroit Lions going into the Steelers. Now, with the Steelers. Now, the Steelers are 13-2 versus Detroit in the whole Super Bowl era. You want to look at this game? The whole thing with the Steelers, they looked great. Didn't they look good the other night? I mean, they looked really good. I was impressed. I was very impressed with them. Their offense is just as dull as the Lions. The Lions is 28th, and the offense of the Pittsburgh Steelers is 27th. And the defense for the Steelers is 8th. The Detroit Lions 17th. The passing 24th for Big Ben. 28th for the Detroit Lions with Jared Goff. And then you have the rushing attack is 28th for the Pittsburgh Steelers and 26th for the Detroit Lions. In all reality, and on paper, guys, this looks like a close game, a real close game. And the Lions can be very scrappy, very, very scrappy. The Lions are 0-8, and after this game, they'll be 0-9. And I am giving this one to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Sorry, everyone in Detroit. I love you guys. I really do love you. My diehard family members, Detroit family. And love you, people. Love you. And, stay tuned for maybe a great season. I think Detroit is on the cusp of getting better. I really do. I see that happening. I see the scrap in them. They're not that bad of a team. They really aren't. So the next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings limping into the Los Angeles Chargers. Los Angeles Chargers 5-3. The Vikings just lost by 3 points, mind you, to the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens last week. That was my lock of the week. This week, there's some people in Minnesota. I believe there was a few COVID alerts. And I love the way the Chargers play. They have 330 plus passing yards in each game versus the NFL this season, the NFC, excuse me. So I think they're at home. The Chargers are. The Chargers they want to go 6-3, and they're going to be 6-3 after this game. We have the Los Angeles Chargers beating the Minnesota Vikings in this game. Now we have the Cardinals at home playing the Carolina Panthers. And mind you, they were talking that they might have Cam on the field as the starting quarterback this Sunday. Wow. Huh. That would be wild. That's going to bring in, people coming to the game. That, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. The Cardinals, I just, they don't know if they're going to be if Kyler Murray's going to be playing or D-Hop, so I don't know if those two are going to be playing or not. They don't know yet. It's still up in the air. I mean, they're 8-1, so, I don't know, man. It's just, their ranked offense is second, the Cardinals, and the offense for the Carolina Panthers is 21st. But this is where, it gets real, okay? The Carolina Panthers defense is ranked second in the NFL. The Cardinals offense is second. That's a great duel, all right? And the Carolina Panthers offense, I mean, their defense it's all young, all young guys just flying around, And the defense for the Cardinals now is somewhat, T.J. Watt. He got hurt, and it's too bad. It's too bad that he got hurt. That would be J.J. Watt, not T.J. Watt. T.J.'s on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he's amazing. The guy's like massive. And J.J. Watt, his brother, who went to, was on the Houston Texans for all that time, and then gone into the Arizona Cardinals, and he's hurt again. That's the only bad thing about him and OBJ and, all these other players that always get hurt every single year. They never have a whole season, which is kind of sad in a way. I mean, because they play it out of their minds, but their availability, it sets them back from greatness. So, this is an interesting game. We have Cam Newton possibly playing. You have McCaffrey's back. What a threat that would be. McCaffrey or Cam. Ooh, wow. And I'm telling you, in the way the Carolina Panthers, the defense plays, and you don't know if Kyler Murray's going to be there or D-Hop. Wow. You know what? I'm going to do this, guys. I'm going to go on I'm going to do this. I'm going to throw in this one. I think the Carolina Panthers are going to upset my upset special over the Arizona Cardinals. Carolina Panthers are going to beat the Arizona Cardinals. And in Arizona, watch out. It's going to be an interesting game. The next game we have is going to be an exciting game. We have Mr. Wilson is back. Yes, Mr. Russell Wilson will be back and playing in Week 10. And Aaron Rodgers will be playing. So we have Mr. Wilson against Mr. Rodgers. They always have a great... it's a fun game. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Fun game to watch. The Packers are definitely a better team. And the Seahawks are, they're a better team with Russell Wilson. Watch what happens when Russell's back, guys. That offense will just, will just shine, And Russell Wilson opens up the running attack because he's so amazingly good at his play action is just one of the best in the NFL. Him and Tom Brady, I think. And then he's a great, when he runs to the right or left, he's dangerous. He's dangerous out of the pocket. And the Packers, they didn't look too good. I mean, Jordan Love looked, we all know how he looked. We won't get into that. You look at this, the paper on this game, stats and stuff, and you have the offense for the Seattle Seahawks is 32nd. It's last. But Green Bay is 19th. They're not that's nothing to write home about, especially, you're 7-2. Think about that. Defense-wise on the Seattle Seahawks, they're 24th. The defense for the Green Bay Packers is 12th. And the passing attack for the Seahawks is 30th. Well, of course, no Russell Wilson. And the passing attack for the Green Bay Packers is 18th, thanks to Mr. Jordan Love. Brilliant performance last week. Anyway, we have the rushing for the Seattle Seahawks is 23rd, and the rushing for the Green Bay Packers is 13th. I mean, on paper, you're looking, well, of course, Green Bay. They're in Green Bay. Home team has won each matchup since 2010, including the playoffs. So these teams have been playing each other, including the playoffs, for all these years. And the home team has always won. So I'm giving this one to the Green Bay Packers over the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are really in trouble. And Russell Wilson is not going to bury them out of it. It's not going to dig them out of their trouble. He'll get close. You'll see a good game. But I think the Packers are more. I think they have the edge. Bakatari is back for the Green Bay Packers, and you have Mr. Aaron Rodgers back, and they're in Green Bay. I mean, come on, add all that up, and like I said, these guys have been playing each other, and the home team has won every matchup. If it's in Seattle, Seattle wins. I mean, it's like that's interesting. It's interesting, and there's something to that, guys. Something to that. NFL players, it's something about them. It's something like an aura, Think about it. It is. And that's what this game's going to be all about. The Green Bay Packers will beat the Seattle Seahawks. The next game we have the Eagles playing the Denver Broncos. Oh my God, Denver's allowed fewer than 18 points in 6 games this season, the most in the NFL. I mean, they played 9 games, so 6 out of the 9 games, they've only allowed 18 points or less. Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting, and look what they did to the Cowboys. All right, they're in Mile High. They are playing the Eagles. The Eagles are 3-6. The offense for the Eagles is 13th. Offense for the Denver Broncos are 14th. The defense of the Eagles is 23rd. The defense for the Broncos, but as of late, they're 13th. But as of late, they've been playing out of their minds. So, I mean, it's gone way down. The rushing attack for the Eagles is 5th. And the rushing attack for the Denver Broncos is 9th. They both love to rush the ball. I'm going to, due to the defense, 23rd, the Eagles, and, the Broncos are going to just try to pound it. And I'm giving this to the Broncos, Denver Broncos, over the Eagles in Denver. It's going to be nice and cold, maybe. Right? It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yeah. Okay, so we have the Sunday night game. The Sunday night game. The Kansas City Chiefs going into Las Vegas, playing the Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, the Las Vegas Raiders. Oh man. I just have too much fun. It's fun, guys. Thank you, NFL. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs going into Las Vegas. Kansas City has won 6 of the last 7 games versus Las Vegas. Well, the Raiders. And this is going to be a tough game. This is a really tough game. And the Chiefs, the way they've been playing, they are playing in a dome stadium. This is the first time that Patrick Mahomes this year will be playing in a dome stadium. That gives him an edge, with passing. So I think most likely the Kansas City Chiefs really should win this game. They're third in offense, and the Raiders are 11th. But the Kansas City Chiefs defense, that's where they have their Achilles heel. They're 30th, and the Raiders defense is 5th. That's important because the passing for the Kansas City Chiefs against the Raiders, Kansas City's 3rd, but the Raiders, they're 4th. So, that's pretty significant. But the rushing attack for the Raiders is just 27th, and that's not good. And the rushing attack for the Kansas City Chiefs is 10th. So virtually, the Kansas City, their offense, their passing, and rushing is all in the top 10. But then their defense is 30th. So, it's sad. And the way that Mahomes has been playing and everything, and I'm going to give this one to the Las Vegas Raiders will beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Las Vegas on Sunday Night Football, and definitely will win. Wow. This is what a great week, huh, guys? What a great week. And the lock of the week is coming up right now. Here he goes, guys. This is the lock of the week. Calvin Dean's lock of the week. Yeah. We have the Los Angeles Rams going into San Francisco, playing Nicky's Niners, the San Francisco 49ers, Nicky's Niners, and they're limping. They have a few injuries going on. We have a passing attack for the Los Angeles Rams is number 1. Well, actually, their offense is number 1. Their passing is number 1. The defense for the Los Angeles Rams is 21st. And their rushing attack for the offense is 18th. Now, you have the San Francisco 49ers, Nicky's Niners. And that team's offense is ranked 20th. And then you have the defense for the San Francisco 49ers is ranked 4th. That's pretty good. But their offense is not going, they just seem stagnant. 1 week, 500 yards. Next week, not so good. So, I think the Rams were snake bitten last week, and they feel snake bitten. They feel like they just got trounced, and they should have been trounced. They're going to turn around the Los Angeles Rams in this game. And this is my lock of the week. Yes, my lock of the week is the Los Angeles Rams defeating the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco on Monday Night Football, Week 10. There you go, people. Oh, wow. What a week. This is going to be a good week. This is going to be a great week. Starting tonight's game, it's going to be an exciting game. Watch Thursday Night Football on the NFL Network. Thank you so much for going above and beyond the call of duty to all the military people out there, all the veterans. I love you. I love you. We applaud you at the Calvin Dean Show. Especially for everyone who's, fought for this country and has died for this country. We all thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much. Once again, this is Calvin Dean with the Calvin Dean Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week, everyone.